I think I made a mistake that a lot of Christians are starting to make. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. I slowly started replacing conversations with God with conversations with ChatGPT. Not because ChatGPT is evil, but because it was easier. And that realization honestly bothered me. Because I realized I was turning to AI for answers before I was turning to God. Whenever I had a question, let's say about the Bible, or just a situation where I needed to make a decision based on wise counsel, I didn't always pray first to ask God for counsel. I didn't always open scripture first. Sometimes my first instinct was just, let me ask ChatGPT. And within seconds, I had an answer. It felt productive in a way because the time was short and I got what I wanted in a short amount of time. But then I had to ask myself this important question. Am I actually spending time with God or asking His counsel, or am I just wanting a quick answer? Because those two things are not the same. You can know more about the Bible and still not know God more deeply. Now, before anyone misunderstands me, I don't think ChatGPT is evil at all. I use it myself and it's an incredible tool. It can help you study, learn, and understand things you didn't before in a short amount of time. It's very time efficient. It can also help organize your thoughts in a neat manner and a whole other benefits that I won't list for the sake of time. But every tool has a danger. A tool becomes dangerous when it starts replacing the thing it was never meant to replace. And I think that's where us Christians need to be careful. Because we live in a world where we expect instant answers, instant explanations or instant solutions, instant pain reliever, or instant food such as fast food. But God doesn't always work that way. Throughout Scripture, God often made people wait. Let's look at a few examples from Scriptures of people who waited on God. First, let's look at Abraham and Sarah, who waited on God for a son, for Isaac, for 25 years. And then Joseph waited roughly 13 years for the fulfillment of the dreams and promises God had given him. And of course, we have Moses, who waited 40 years in the wilderness. Moses expected to deliver Israel at age 40. But what happens? Instead, he fled to Midian and spent 40 years tending sheep before God called him through the burning bush. And then we have David, who was anointed by Samuel when he was a little kid, but he didn't immediately become king. And so many other examples, guys. So sometimes God often prepares us before promoting us. And we should view waiting as preparation and not punishment, as it is for our good. With those examples, we see how God made them seek Him. He made them wrestle because God was using that to grow their character and be prepared for the responsibility He had for them. And throughout that waiting, they got closer to God as a result. But AI removes the struggle. It gives you the answer before you've even had the chance to seek. And here's the question I've been asking myself. If ChatGPT gave me the answer I needed, would I still depend on God? Or would I even still need God? Or have I slowly started depending on AI for things I should be bringing to God? Because technology can be a great servant, but it makes a terrible master. Use the tool, but don't let the tool replace the relationship. Because our relationship with God is not just about asking and getting answers from Him for whatever we're seeking or wanting guidance on. It's about knowing Him and building that relationship. Let me give you this example. If you have a spouse, their relationship is not just about getting the benefit you want from your spouse. It could be emotional connection, it could be sex, it could be comfort, or whatever thing you want to get from them. Don't you think that would be using them? It's about sharing your journey together, sharing fears, goals, and growing closer together as a couple, both spiritually, physically, and mentally. And that should be the same thing with God as well. And looking back in my life as well, there are situations I went through and sometimes I didn't know the answer. This was before AI. So I seek God for guidance and He answered me. Sometimes it was instantly or throughout a period of time. And looking back, I can see His hand in everything. If He had given me the answer instantly, maybe I wouldn't have seeked and grew closer to Him. So Christians, if you're watching this, please don't rely on AI, ChatGPT, or Claude for instant answers, especially about spiritual matters and life decisions. Because those are things we should rely on God alone. Because as David says in Psalm 119 verse 105, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." So Christians, we also should be relying on God for guidance. If this video was helpful, please subscribe below as we tackle more issues in today's world through a biblical lens and God's holy word. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.